What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Just Chirps Podcast. We're back here with episode 2. We're just gonna start it off here. How's your week been, bro?
Still in the rat race, man. You know, probably worked about 30 hours in the past 3 days. Been it's been something to say the least, dude. A lot of challenging times going on. A lot of layoffs
Yeah.
at the
Still
workplace.
some
And
layoffs.
now yeah, man, a lot of stuff going on. So
Mm,
now that those people have exited the company, still got the same amount of workload and about 10,000 less people. So, got to figure out what to do there. And majority of it comes down to more work and your pay stays the same while also getting devalued as the three-letter organizations continue printing trillions of dollars every day. So, yeah, man.
mm.
What about you?
That's been pretty good. I mean, yeah, just didn't work on Sunday, but Monday and yesterday I worked, but it wasn't too bad. No bullshit happened, so that's good. But now had today off. Took my car in to get it repaired, hopefully. So yeah, now I'm whipping around this Jeep, dude. I go in
What was
there, they're
going on
like,
with the car?
well, I was at work like last month.
When you got
Um,
smoked by that one guy, you finally took it in to
yeah.
repair the back, or?
Well, they just got it in. I was supposed to take it in last
Oh,
week, but they said their painter wasn't in that week, so they moved it back. And today I dropped it off, and yeah, I went over to Enterprise, picked up the car, and they were like, "Yeah, we don't have any like smaller cars for you." I was like, "Okay," and they were they're like, "Yeah, we'll get you a free upgrade, and you can either do this like Nissan Rogue or this Jeep Wrangler." I was like, "Give me that fucking Jeep, dude." Never driven
yeah.
one of those before, so yeah, now I'm whipping around that thing. It's like a hybrid, dude. It's like I can plug it in if I want to. It's like a charger,
Oh,
but it only gets me mm, like 20 miles
the
on the
charge?
battery. Yeah, just the battery. So gotta use the
Yeah.
gas, but that's all right. But yeah, no, I mean I like it so far, to be honest. I don't know if it's like because it's big. Um, yeah, it's fun. But other than that, I've just been chilling. Nothing
How
much,
long you got
nothing
that?
much going
How
on.
long you got that thing for, man?
Well, they called me today and they said possibly like Tuesday, which is when my like I was supposed to give it back anyway on the 13th. But depending on, parts and stuff like that, they called me and said they had everything. So it shouldn't really be that long, but we'll see. I think I'm actually gonna miss it, but it reeks of cigs. That's the only bad part. Dude, it
Oh
stinks,
man,
bro. It stinks. I went to Target, got some air fresheners. It's not helping, bro.
were
It's
those your little
not
like
helping.
little
Those
pine tree
trees.
thing? Yeah,
Yeah,
is that
yeah,
yours?
yeah, yeah. Yeah, I bought them. I bought
Oh
them.
my days. Not the
But
black ice though, eh? I saw you had like the yellow
no,
ones in
it's
there.
it's vanilla. It's vanilla. Didn't
I
really want
probably
to go
smells
with.
better than black ice anyway, bro.
Yeah, I didn't want to go with black ice.
That's a
But yeah,
throwback right there, dude. I used to have
I
about
know.
20 of those hanging from the
Yeah,
G6.
yeah, yeah. I didn't want that. I don't think that would smell too good with fucking cigs. But I don't know. It's cool.
Dude, I get the biggest
Driving
headache from the artificial fragrance stuff anyway.
some
Loading
of
that in your
those,
car.
yeah, dude. Like I got one of those, and when I was in college, I put it in my car. I was like, damn, dude, I'm getting a headache while I'm driving. I gotta take it out.
Well, yeah,
But
they got that. And they got stuff you put in your vent, and it also like takes the paint off your
those
vent
ones,
and then
yeah,
just
yeah, yeah,
blowing the fragrance right in your face.
right in your face. Yeah, no, I feel that. Um, but all right, should we just hop right into it, dude?
We got some juicy content, man. Let's hop in. Let's hop in.
All right, let's get into it. So today's topic. Well, first off, I do want to shout out all the people that have reached out to me or Caleb about the first episode. We've gotten some pretty good feedback, mainly just from our friends. But hey, that's all right. We still got viewers, bro. Hey, we did
Gotta
we did
start
more.
somewhere, man.
Exactly. Hey, we did more than 2 viewers. Okay, I think right now we're at like 22 on Spotify and like 29 on YouTube. So hey, that's
You got
better
the
than we.
analytics, man. I ain't
Yeah, we got the
watching those.
analytics.
I got to get plugged into that, man.
Yeah. It is
Shout out everybody listening, man, and watching on YouTube. Does
for real.
does mean a lot, and it's firing us up to pump out future episodes just like this
Yeah.
one here. So I appreciate y'all boys, man.
Yeah, I know. I was on Xbox earlier, and Flan was like, when and Flan and John were on, they were like, when are you firing the next episode? I was like, we're recording tonight, dude. So
I
yeah, hopefully
don't know when this
this
will
will
be
be
out. We gotta chop it up, but
yeah. Hopefully it'll
should
be the
be
same
pretty soon.
as yeah, hopefully it'll be the same as the first episode, so like on Mondays. That's kind of what I'm thinking, hopefully. Give us a little bit of time to edit this and get it all posted and stuff like that. So stay tuned for that. And I appreciate all the people following. I know Flan followed on Spotify at least, and John, Big A on YouTube. Big ups, big ups. Thank you, thank you. Yeah, let's just get right into it. So today we're getting into I'm going to be talking about kind of my little health incident that I had last year. And then we're going to kind of, transition into big pharma and, stuff like that. We're going to get a little controversial, but it's not really controversy because it's all facts. But
Yeah, facts
yeah,
over
well,
feelings, man.
exactly, exactly. But yeah, so you guys sit back and, enjoy. All right. So let's bring it back. I want to say it was like the last week of February, 2023.
Yep.
I yep. I just got a new job at a hospital, and I was gonna do their security, work for their security. And I was actually pretty excited. It was my first like real, full-time job because, everything before that I was just working some bullshit fucking part-time, let me check you out, stuff like that. And so I was excited, and I did my, so they wanted me to like come in and do a few things before I actually started. So I had to get like a mask fitting and um some other stuff like that, drug tests, all like the basic shit. And at the very end they were like, you want to get a flu shot? I was like, sure. I mean, like nothing's ever happened to me before. Like we've had to get them for school. I don't even know how many times at this point, but yeah, we've had to get
You
them.
were forced
So
to get a flu jab for school?
didn't we all? Did we not all have to get a flu
I
shot
don't think so.
for like
I
eighth
don't think so.
grade and like certain grades? I swear, dude, we did.
There were certain and we got to be careful here with the terminology. Certain jabs that were required at certain
Yeah,
ages.
yeah.
Especially if you're doing sports, there was certain stuff you had to do, physicals and certain jabs. But I don't know about flu jabs, dude. I think those were honestly like voluntarily.
Oh, well, I don't know. I got him. I don't know, but nothing ever happened. Um, so I was like, yeah, I'll get it. So I got it, and
A flu shot in March, February, bro.
yeah, in February, because they were like,
Dang.
well, they really just wanted me to get it because since I would be working in a hospital, I maybe potentially dealing with very sick people, I guess. I don't know, or just whatever. You never know with hospitals and shit. So I got it and went home, fine, everything good. And about a week later, because I started the next week, and a week later, on March 1st of 2023. Well, actually, the day before I started feeling like this tingliness like everywhere in my body. And I told my mom, I was like, this ain't right. Like I've literally I woke up feeling like this. Like this isn't right. And they were just like, you're probably okay. Like maybe it's just like bad circulation. And I was like, all right, like whatever. But I still had this, feeling in the back of my head, this isn't right. So I go to bed, still hands, arms, feet, legs tingling. And I wake up the next morning, and my mom was already gone for work. My dad was too. And I wake up, I try to get out of bed, and I couldn't fucking walk. Couldn't fucking walk. I was like stumbling all over the place. I felt like really dizzy, and I was just, whoa. And I sat down on the couch, lay down on the couch, I called my mom. I was like, this isn't good. We need to go somewhere. She was like, just schedule an appointment with convenient care. Like,
Haha,
I was
what?
like, mom, I can't drive. I can't even walk. How am I supposed to take my ass up there? And so I was like, I need to go to the ER. So we went to the ER. She came back home from work, picked me up, and we headed to the ER. And I don't know, like in the car, I got like very motion sick. So I like threw up in the car in a bag, thankfully. And then we get to the hospital and they're like, you like, how are you feeling? I was like, I can't fucking walk. But that's cool.
Out of 10, out of 10, what are you feeling?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And I mean, to be honest, I didn't really like it wasn't painful or anything. I just couldn't like walk. Um, and I was
It's
just
pretty
getting dizzy
concerning.
and stuff like that. It is pretty concerning. So they were like, I don't know, what did we do? Like I haven't really seen this. And so I get booked in and all that stuff. And I think, the night before I texted one of my buddies. I was because he's a nurse. Shout out Flan. And I texted him and just like I was like, what do you think about this? And he said, oh, I don't really know. I haven't really heard anything like that. And I was like, okay, it's probably nothing then. So yeah, I'm in the hospital now. And I texted him. I said, hey bro, I'm in the hospital. Not sure what it is, but we'll keep you updated. And I think I let you guys know too,
Yeah,
or at
you
least
texted me and
Aiden.
Devo, and you're like,
Yeah,
I remember walking out of my car at lunch. I looked down at my phone. I'm like, dude, what the hell is this? And you're like,
yeah,
well, I'm going to the hospital. Don't know when I'll be out. And you were like, hopefully by the weekend or something. Or like, yeah, probably a couple days. We'll see.
yep.
And then definitely wasn't a couple days. Eh?
Nope, no, it was not.
I was like, oh shit, like this sounds pretty serious. And you're like, don't tell
Yeah,
anybody, keep it low key. So I legit did not tell anybody.
yeah,
I didn't tell anybody nothing.
yeah. So after that, I got taken down to the ER finally and put in a room, and they just started running some tests. I had to get a spinal tap, which fuck that, dude. That, oh god, bro. It's literally they bend you over a table and they stick a big ass needle in your spine and like get some of the spinal fluid out. Oh my
Oh
god,
yeah.
it was awful, dude. It was awful. As soon as they stuck it in, bro, shivers went like
Yep.
right up my spine. I threw up immediately.
Hitting the
And
nerves.
dude, yeah, it was rough. It was
They
rough.
don't numb you up.
No. I mean,
Oh,
they put some numbing stuff like where they were gonna put the needle.
that
Uh
ain't going deep though to where all the sensitive
No,
stuff is.
no, no. So I had to get that, and then I was probably in that room for a while, honestly, until till like evening, before they finally moved me up into I don't know what it's called. I don't remember what it's called, but I had like actually my own room, and I wasn't just sitting in the ER. Um, so I got up to my room, and I remember I was just sitting in this room. I didn't want to eat. I wasn't even hungry. Like I tried to eat and I was like, I just can't eat. I'm not even hungry. And my parents were there and uh I just remember like that's pretty much the only day I remember being at that
This is all
hospital.
still March 1st,
Yeah,
2023.
this is all March 1st. And after I like was really scared cuz my parents left and I'd never been in a hospital like this like by
Just you,
myself or
man.
anything like that. And I was just really
Yeah.
scared. And my parents left for the night, and I was just chilling there. I just had the TV, kept the TV on all night, and when that's the last thing I remember there, like consciously, I don't remember. I was there in total for about a month, um, which is crazy because I literally don't remember any of it. And so pretty much, I
Were,
had
were you drug?
to,
Were you drugged up?
I had to have been, I had to have been drugged up shortly after.
Like
I
the first
guess
night, like when you started forgetting and just like went to the
maybe
ICU.
or maybe the day after because I do remember that night also getting like an MRI or a CAT scan at 3 in the morning or some shit like that. They woke me up. They're like, yeah, we got to take you up for a scan. I was like, all right, I guess. So that's genuinely one of the last things I remember. And so from then on, the next weeks, I just became progressively worse. And so I started to become paralyzed from the neck down, and I couldn't breathe on my own. So I had to get a trach put in, which was very strange. And again, I don't remember any of this happening. My mom showed me a picture of like when I just got my trach in, and I just looked like a zombie, dude. I got all the shit hooked up to me, and
Yep.
I'm literally just sitting there with like my mouth open, and I don't remember any of that. Um, so yeah, I was there for about a month, pretty much like a month. Um, and yeah, I was just so drugged up. I had no idea what was going on. I was seeing some weird shit. Dude, some of the things I was
Uh,
seeing, bro, was insane. I know there
can't put
was,
words to it.
yeah.
Beyond
I
this
know there was
reality,
one
dude. Different
time.
dimensions.
Yeah, that's my that was my mushrooms, dude. I was hallucinating like fucking crazy. Um, I know one of them. It was me. It was all of us, dude. It was all of us. We were in this giant skyrise tower, dude. I don't know. And we were, it was like everybody from our high school just chilling in this like penthouse, sick ass skyrise tower. And the sidemen were there too.
Shout out. Shout
Yeah,
out Simon.
shout out to Simon. They were all there. We were all just hanging out and stuff like that. There was hot tubs like everywhere. It was literally like a huge resort in the sky. And we're all just hanging out, chilling. And you could do whatever you want. I remember like jumping off the top of this building and just flying around. And that was a crazy story. I also remember I I there was like this reoccurring one. It was my family, so me and my sister and my parents. We were at this airport and we were trying to catch this flight, and we kept getting like separated. And I was freaking out because I couldn't move. I was literally just like in this dream or whatever it was. I was just laying on like a stretcher, and yeah, we were trying to catch this flight. We kept getting lost and everything like that and separated. And the next thing I know, all the lights go off in the airport, and I'm wheeled outside.
Hell nah.
I'm wheeled outside on a stretcher, and a zombie apocalypse starts happening, and I'm tied down to a stretcher. That vision or whatever the fuck it was, bro, it was insane. That
That's
happened
not a
multiple
dream, dude.
times. It felt so real. It literally
That
felt
is a
so real.
nightmare.
It felt so real. There was also one where I was actually on a plane. Um, and I hated that one because I think because like in my dream it was the flight attendants and stuff. They were like moving me and shit, and it hurt. So I was getting pissed off. But I think in reality, what was happening, it was like the CNAs or nurses
Yep.
and stuff moving me in real life. Um, but that was crazy. And there was also one. I was literally in a GTA. I was literally in GTA. Like me, I don't know if you guys were in there, but for some reason, Jordan, not gonna say the last
Yep.
name.
Yep. Yep.
Sorry. Jordan, shout out that guy. He was in
Not
there.
really.
Yeah, not really, but sorry, Jordan. Um, yeah, but he was in there. I don't know. He was a gangster, and he was just unaliving all these people in GTA in my
Wow.
dream, and I was a part of it. I wasn't part of it, but I was like, it was like a
Spectator.
turf war. Yeah, kind of, but I was running around and stuff in this GTA server in my dream. So that was weird, but I saw a lot of weird shit, and
This is all
this is
at
all at the first
Carl.
hospital. Yeah, this is all at Carl. This is all at the first hospital. Um, and shout out to my parents for. I'm pretty sure my mom was there almost every single day, just working there in the hospital in my room. Um, but I had no idea what was really going on. But shout out to them because I know that wasn't easy for them to do, and take off work and stuff like that, to be there and, by my side. So shout out to them. But yeah, I was there for about a month, and after that month, I was transferred to another hospital in Peoria. And the goal of that hospital, of my stay there, was to get me off the trach and get me breathing on my own again, which thankfully I did after about another month. Um, but yeah, less drugs there. I remember some definite more bits of that. I know my parents would come every Friday. I know I had several other family members come and visit, which was super nice to have and see them, because really all I saw was the nurses and the doctors and all that other shit. And you even came one time,
Yeah,
which
man.
that was really nice. I think that
I
was
was
towards
trying to get
the
out there.
yeah.
I came to see you April 10th. Like it was Easter
Yeah.
weekend, and I was like, dude, I'm already heading that way. Let me just pop off in Peoria and stop
Yeah.
by. But
Yep.
dude, let me take it back a little bit to
Yeah.
the March 1st, March 3rd timeframe when you started getting drugged up and blacked out and like started, going to different dimensions and stuff.
Yeah.
Um, so, dude, I remember texting you because I'm like, oh, he said he's gonna be out like Friday, hopefully
Yeah.
just chilling. And I like didn't get a text for 48 hours. And I got one. It's like from your dad. He's like, hey, this is Kyle's dad. He's going to the ICU. Hopefully he's out by Monday. And he's like, I'll keep you updated. And I'd be texting, bro. And at this time, still nobody knew but me and Hayden. And we're
Yeah.
just like texting your number. And it's like
Yeah.
nobody's there because like your dad couldn't get in your phone or he didn't have a charger or he just wasn't looking at your phone. And so we're just like completely out of like we have no clue what's going on at this time. And like everyone else, they didn't even know what was going on. Like I think finally a week passed by and they're all like, damn, where's Kyle? And I'm like, I'm not going to say anything. But then I think eventually, like you said, you had reached out to Flan. He must have said something. And then they all started coming to me like, dude, what's the update? What's going on with Kyle? I'm like, bro, I have no clue. I'm texting his dad. He's giving me these updates, but his dad honestly doesn't even know what's going on. He's just getting
Yeah.
relayed what the doctor's saying, and they don't even know what's going on because it wasn't in their Rockefeller study guides for how to handle what was going on
Mm.
with you. So, um, yeah, man, I remember just like texting, like it was like every week. Oh yeah, hopefully you'll be out this weekend. I'm like, damn, and I'm like, and then a month passes, and they're like, okay, yeah, now he can't breathe on his own. He's completely paralyzed, and I'm just thinking, bro, what is going on with Coach right now? Like, what happened? Like, how is this even occurring? And I remember started doing my own research for this thing. And at that whole time, I got everyone on my phone asking me what's going on. But then I would only know, like, your dad stopped answering your phone. And the only way I was getting updates was my mom texting your mom, or also your mom, like, going to your church and, like, sharing it amongst, like, the church members and stuff like that. Because didn't get all the stories from your mom, so then when you hear from church, it gets spread around town, and then like Stu's mom got involved, and that was like our way of updates. Was like legit just your mom. But I remember like everyone was trying to get up and see you, and it was just like kind of just like no, you can't see him, and we just didn't understand why we didn't understand the full extent of what was going on, why we couldn't come see you. But then your mom was like, yeah, he is not accepting visitors. I'm like, okay, well, damn.
Yeah.
Like we were all trying to come through and say what's up, but obviously you were in a different dimension for a month, so you wouldn't even have recognized us
Nah,
being there.
I
But
would
then
not
yeah,
have.
they shipped you off, and then yeah, I came up that April 10th in Peoria, and yeah, you were still just fucking paralyzed from the neck down.
Yeah.
Um, you could talk
But I
though. I had to wear a
yeah, I was
mask.
gonna
I was
say
pissed off
I
about
thought
that,
it
but I'm
yeah.
like, for Kyle, I'm gonna wear a mask in here.
Yeah.
At points, it got a little chin diapery, but I was like, bro, come on, like I'm trying to see my boy and talk to him.
Yeah.
But you saw the trach in, and I remember we
Yeah.
were just like, you were telling me dream stories. We were just catching up on what was going on in the past month, and we were chopping it up, cracking jokes, and I was trying so hard to like not make you laugh
Yeah.
because you had the trach in, and like,
Yeah.
dude, you had all this stuff plugged into you. I remember you had this like they just like rat food, like literally looked like the Casey's ice cream when you lift the top off, just powder, just being pumped into you.
Mhm.
And all I could see was your neck up, and you had your face literally was like completely swollen and purple and red and green, like
The
just
fuck?
bruised.
I don't remember
Dude,
that.
you were like swollen, bro. Like,
Damn.
and then we were just chopping it up. And it's I was telling some like funny stories, what was going on outside of the shitty walls that you were stuck in for a month. And then eventually, I don't remember how long I was there, but a couple hours, drove back home. And then I remember, yeah, that's where then you were there for another 3 weeks or whatever, a month. And you got shipped off up to Chicago.
Yep.
When was that? When was that? Early May?
So yeah, I think it was actually, well, to backtrack. So technically, what I got diagnosed with is Guillain-Barré syndrome. It is a pretty rare disease. It's not a disease, but like just a
Neurological
reaction. Yeah. So pretty much what it
reaction to
does,
what? Reaction to what?
flu shot, whatever. I don't even fucking
Okay,
know.
okay.
That's just what they were. That's what they told me because they kept asking.
But what do you
Is this?
think it was though?
Well, I think we all know what it is.
Well,
Uh,
let's explain. Let's
it's
dive into
the
that, and then we'll pick up.
yeah. Me personally, now looking back on it, I think why it reacted when I got the flu shot the way it did was simply because of the COVID jab.
Oh,
Um,
really? How many of those
yeah,
did you get?
I got two, just the
What
the normal
what
two that
brand?
they wanted. Pfizer, I think. I think it's
Ooh, okay,
Pfizer.
okay, okay.
So yeah, I got that Myrna code or whatever the fuck it is running
Yep.
running through my systems right now. I'm literally 5G. Um, so yeah, I got that obviously in COVID because they wanted us to have all that shit for school, and I was not about
Yeah.
to go
Let's
every day and spit in this fucking cup. So I was like, all right, fuck it, let me get this COVID jab, and yeah,
let me let me put a pause on the vid jab because I want to touch base on the vid jab. Now, obviously, a lot of people were impacted by the vid and the jabs that soon came to be during that time. Where if you don't get this jab, you can't go to work, you can't go to school, you can't go to the gym, you can't go to the grocery store. Kind of a crazy time. And now, fast forward to 2024, and we've got anywhere between on the low side 12 million, on the high side 30 million um, illegal aliens entering our country. And did any of them get the vid jab? Let me think. I don't think any of them are jabbed up or have any reason to be here. That is another topic for a future pod as to what is going on there. But yeah, kind of crazy how they put our whole lives on pause for a little jab, and then 30 million of these guys can come in and not get any of that stuff. And now we don't even hear about the vid
not real,
or
dude. It never
jabs or anything
was,
like that.
never was
Never
real. It was
was,
just
man.
just a whole government conspiracy. Let me can control you. I
Oh,
own
not a
you.
conspiracy.
Oh, it's not a
Yeah, not a
conspiracy,
conspiracy.
but a lot of other people think it is a conspiracy. But it's not. It's simple facts. Yeah, the government is not for us. If you guys didn't know, the government is not for us. And I know you're listening, government. I know you are. But yeah, I
And
mean,
yeah, I want to just say something real quick.
yeah,
Fuck
what's
you
up?
to the government. Um,
Yeah,
okay,
yeah,
you can go ahead now.
yeah. Fuck off, government. Um,
All you
I know you're
three-letter,
listening.
four-letter
I know
agencies.
you're listening.
Yeah,
But
send
anyway,
that down straight. But back to
yeah.
the vid and how that influenced the flu jab going into you, um, leading into the GBS, and then that leads us back into you being transferred to Chicago for ultimately your last stay.
Yep,
Um, and that's when you're back on your feet, kind of
yep.
getting back after it.
Yeah. So again, I got the COVID jab like 3 years prior when COVID started becoming a thing, and I got the flu shot uh last week of February 2023. And but yeah, so back to Guillain-Barré syndrome is what they diagnosed me with. And they kept asking, "Is this your first time getting a flu shot?" I was like, "No, I've gotten several of them throughout my life, and nothing's ever happened." They were just, "Well, that's weird. I've never seen anything like this happen." I
Yeah.
haven't fucking either, dude.
I wonder if it's the
I
graphene
don't
oxide
know.
in the vid
Yeah,
jab that's
yeah,
interacting with the all the heavy metals that they're in all these jabs.
yeah,
Couldn't
um,
be. Couldn't
yeah.
be. You
No,
know, the jabs that they rolled out after 9 months of this invisible virus, you know, usually they have like a 10 to 20-year testing window, 9 months. Yep, get your jab or you can't live.
do
Can't
anything.
leave your
Yep.
house. Cool.
Yeah. Yep. So thanks government for forcing all of us to do that. Appreciate it. Um, but yeah, so Guillain-Barré syndrome, essentially what it is pretty rare, but I feel like it's been a
Not
lot
anymore.
more. Not
Since
anymore. Like,
2020, it
yeah,
is
I've
very
heard
common.
I've heard a decent amount of people that have come down with that now, um, after getting the COVID shot. So yeah,
Well, dude, yeah, fast forward to when you're back up on your feet in Chicago, your parents finally reached out and they're like, you're good to get the GoFundMe. Like, we think coach is gonna pull through and he's in a good spot, but getting better every week and stuff like that.
yeah,
So I created the GoFundMe and I'm literally typing in like GBS and it's everywhere. It's all
yeah.
over GoFundMe of all these people that have gotten it. And I remember like when the COVID jab started coming out, researching the jabs. Shout out my pure bloods out there. But I remember researching the jabs, and under all of them, I'm seeing like GBS, GBS, GBS. I remember seeing this, but it's like it's super rare. It's super rare. You won't get it. Flip a year later, and I'm on the GoFundmes setting one up for you,
Yep.
and I could literally click through like pages and pages. Like scroll to the bottom, and there's like a pages at the bottom. Dude, there was at least 10 plus pages, and there's like 100 on a page. Okay,
Yeah.
something's going on
Yeah.
here.
Yep.
Rare disease. How am I
Yep.
seeing 1,000 just in May of 23? What's going on?
Yeah. It was crazy. But essentially why I became, kind of paralyzed from the neck down and couldn't breathe on my own and all that other shit is Guillain-Barré syndrome. What it does, essentially, it is your nervous system. It in your body, it attacks itself, which destroys the is it called the nylon sheath around your nerves? I believe is what it's called.
I'm not
Um,
a big pharma, bro. That
I
sounds
don't know.
correct to
I don't
me.
know. I think that's the medical term, but
It eats your
it
nerves.
yeah, it eats your nerves. So I lost all my movement from the neck down. Again, I couldn't breathe. I couldn't even go to the bathroom normally. We're not gonna get into that because that shit was yikes. But yeah, so now back up. I'm still in Peoria. Scrap here came in to visit me again. I had a bunch of family members, and family friends and stuff like that come to visit me, which again was super nice. Because at this point I was a little more coherent, so I was able to kind of, actually realize that these people are here, and I was not in the ninth dimension anymore, or whatever dimension I was in when I was at Carl.
You were still going
Um,
at night though, from time to time.
Oh
You were
yeah, but
telling me.
yeah. I mean, but yeah, I stayed there for about a month, like a couple days into April until uh the end of April there, and that's when I got my trach out because I passed all the tests of being able to breathe on my own. So thankfully, I was able to start doing that again, and then I could start talking. Because before that, I couldn't talk, um, which made things very difficult. I know the way I communicated with my parents or the nurses or whatever, they would just read off the alphabet and go through all the letters, and I would like chomp my teeth for the letter or whatever, which in hindsight is really bad for your teeth. It was probably awful. Um, but that's how I communicated. So yeah. So thankfully, at the end of April, I was able to start talking again, and actually communicate with people. So that was nice. But now was time for probably the hardest part, I would say, of this whole journey. So I got shipped up to Chicago to a very nice rehab facility, to be honest. Very, very nice, very expensive. And shout out to insurance, because we would have been fucked. Just the
You use the
hospital.
insurance, man.
Yeah, yeah, bro. Just the Chicago hospital alone, it was 10K a night, roughly, and I was there for a month and a half. So that's like 300K or more right there at one hospital. But anyway, at Chicago, this was where I did the majority of my rehab. And so I had to do speech therapy, I had to do physical therapy, occupational therapy. And there was some like mental health ones, and just kind of just music therapy and stuff like that. Um and so yeah, we started off very slow, just kind of getting to stand up. Um and transferring, from my bed to a wheelchair. I know one of the first times, you weren't there, but Hunter and the Stews came up to visit me, and at that point, I was in a powered wheelchair, which that thing was sick, just mobbing around in the electric wheelchair. Um, but at that point, I still didn't really have, the best feelings in my legs and stuff like that, so I wasn't able to walk at that point quite yet. But I think about a week after that, I got a little more feeling back, and through my physical therapy, I would, I get on their treadmills. They put me in a harness to keep me upright, and I just practice, walking essentially, and getting those muscles back to firing, and everything like that. And they had all sorts of different kinds of things, harnesses. They even talked about putting me in like like an exoskeleton like suit to like help me walk. I didn't get
What
to do
the?
that though. I didn't get to do that. I thought that would be pretty cool though. I didn't get the opportunity to do that. But
Maybe if you
yeah,
get
pretty
another food
much.
job, you might get the
Yeah,
chance.
yeah, yeah. Hopefully not. No, I don't. I do not want to go through that again. But yeah, I mean, they'd have me essentially on like walkers and stuff. And for the most part, I was in a wheelchair, pretty much the entire time I was there, because I couldn't really walk fully on my own yet. It was really like the last few weeks where I started to be able to walk on my own. Well, not like on my own by myself. I had a walker, and then a cane when I left. Um, but yeah, that place was great. I've visited back there a couple times and just kind of, caught up with some of the old nurses and my therapists that helped me get back to where I am now. Um, so in total, I was there for at that hospital for a month and a half. The only reason why it was a month and a half because I also developed fucking kidney stones. Um, um,
Yep.
from
Yep.
essentially
Remember
not
getting that phone
moving.
call.
Yeah, from not moving and not really eating real food, because I couldn't really eat real food for the longest time. That was also another part of my therapy was getting me able to eat solid food again. So for a while, I was just getting liquid food pumped into me through my
Paste.
yeah, literally that's what it is, bro. It's literally this big ass like
It's not food.
protein.
It's
No,
not
no,
food.
no, no, no. They're just dumping it in the bag, and I can hear it's like, I'm like, oh fuck, dude, what the fuck?
You're like, bro, I'm eating steak. I'm looking over and I'm just seeing brown, powdery water.
Yep,
You're like, dude, I
yep,
got a steak tonight. I'm like, dang, dude,
yeah,
this
that's
is a
what it is,
Matrix
bro.
steak if I've ever seen
Yep,
one.
yeah,
What is this?
yep. But obviously, I mean, the only
Is
reason
that
why
shit good?
I couldn't. I mean, I didn't taste it because it was just going straight into my stomach.
Straight for the stomach, yeah.
Yeah, it was just going straight into the stomach, and but like towards the end there, I could finally start eating food again, which was good. Like I remember the last week or so, I like started getting my appetite back, and
Had to get a
every
cheeky
yeah
Nando's.
yeah cheeky Nando's. Shout out Nando's.
Shout out Rosie
Yeah,
Lewis.
big ups to Rosie. Um, but yeah, that was pretty much Chicago. And again, I do want to say thank you to you and all my friends for creating that GoFundMe. That really meant a lot. And it did help us quite a bit with those medical things. Even though most of it was covered by insurance, it did help a lot. Um, and again, shout out to all of my nurses. Valerie, if you're ever listening to this, shout out to you. Um, yeah,
She the
you
one that
guys
gave you
took
those
care of me.
OTPs?
No, no.
Oh, okay.
No, no, no. She was just my nurse mom. She took care of me though. Um, yeah, and all my
Just had to relieve some
therapists.
stress with her.
No, no, no. None of that happened. None of that happened.
You're
But
going
yeah.
crazy on the treadmill. I saw you in the pool. I saw you
Oh
going
yeah.
crazy.
Yeah, I was going in the pool. I was able to I started to be able to get into the pool after I got my feeding tube out because they didn't want me to have that in while I was in the pool. So yeah, I started, getting a walk in the pool and swimming, and shout out to Des for he was my physical therapist. Um and I feel like we became good friends and stuff after that. All those people, um Veronica, my occupational therapist, um Jenna, my speech therapist, Cassie, fuck dude, everybody that, helped me out there and get me back on my feet. Um you guys, I don't know. I can't really thank you guys enough um for all that because that was like I said, the hardest part of the entire journey was getting me back to where I used to be before this whole thing started. Um but yeah, I was there until about, I believe it was
June 13th or
June.
something, man. June 16th,
I think
June
it was
13th.
16th. I think it was 16th. June 16th
Yeah.
is the day I got to come home. Um, and that was very nice. I was finally glad to be back home, sleeping in my own bed. Um, I still had to wear some braces to help me walk, but I could walk on my own with a cane as well. Um, I remember, yeah, I think I was what, maybe back for like a couple weeks or so, and we went golfing. It might have been a little longer than 2 weeks, but
But
yeah, I remember doing
no, yeah, the
that.
golf was dude, I
I
think
still
that
have my
was
braces on.
it was yeah, like 4th of July.
Yeah,
It's like
yeah.
literally a couple
So,
weeks.
mm-hmm. So yeah, I had to wear braces, use a cane. Um, but then I had to do some additional kind of occupational therapy and physical therapy. They wanted me to do continued speech therapy, but when I showed up for the first day for that, they were like, "Yeah, you're good." It was, yeah, because I could talk and everything like that. My punctuation, or not punctuation, but like articulation, I guess, or however the fuck you say it, was good. So they cleared me on that. So I just had to do some occupational and physical therapy stuff back there at Carl. But after that, I mean, that's where I didn't have the braces anymore. I was cleared off the braces. I didn't even have to use the cane. So at that point, I was just essentially walking on my own again, which was really nice. And it was just like all the progress that I made, it showed me that, it paid off in the end. And so yeah, after that, I mean, and I did physical therapy and occupational therapy there for a month, maybe 2 months after that, but then I was done and I was all good. And yeah, I mean, I've been fine ever since. There is a probability of this happening again, but that's really only if I, for some reason, get another flu shot, which I can't even get anymore. It's literally on my medical records that I'm
Well,
allergic to
why
the
would
flu
you?
shot now. I
Why
don't
would you
know.
get one?
Not
What about
anymore. Not anymore, bro. I don't want to get
any
anything. I
jabs?
don't want to get no, I don't want anything. I don't want anything now because I'm afraid that's gonna set it off again. And I do not want to go through that shit again. Uh, but yeah, that was pretty
You're
much my health story.
you're still
We're
so you're 100% today?
um I would say like 98. There's still things that are a little off, and I don't think will really ever go back to fully normal. Like I never had good balance in the first place, but my balance is now is just really off. Like I have a good balance for the most part, um, just like getting around and stuff like that. But some of the finer stuff, my balance can get a little weird. I'm also not as fast of a walker as I used to be. But other than that, like I can eat normal food. I can eat on my own. I can walk. I can drive. Uh, so I would say like 98%. Um, back
What about
to
those
back
energy
to normal.
levels?
Energy levels are definitely not as high as they used to. Uh, I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's just because I don't know.
Permanent
It's
damage there,
weird.
dude.
Yeah,
There's permanent damage
it's
there,
weird.
bro.
I get very tired after, especially like a long day of standing up, walking around, stuff like that. My feet will start to hurt, and I just overall, it's just an overall like body tiredness. Um, but I mean, like other than that, I can go running, I can go lift weights. Um, yeah, I mean, I can do pretty much anything I want to. It's just trying to get that, not be tired at the end of the day. Um, so yeah.
Yeah, that's tough, man. I remember doing research when your dad told me about it, and he was saying that it could take one like a year, 6 months to a
Mm-hmm.
year or whatever to
Mm-hmm.
get back on your feet and whatnot. But then in some cases, it doesn't even, like I said, it's permanent. That
Yeah.
stuff doesn't entirely go away. It's like, well,
No.
damn, you were just bedridden for 2 months. Of course, there's some stuff there that's not gonna go back to normal, and like 100%. Um, but yeah, dude, back up to pretty much normal. That's a long way, dude, from where you came. Because yeah, you're just coming home a little over a year ago, and then we were literally 2 weeks later golfing, hitting lake
Mm-hmm.
days. You're making a trip out here. Like it was a pretty quick
Yeah.
turnaround.
Yeah.
Driving.
Yep. That was
So
my longest one after I got back, was yeah, going out there. My mom was worried. She was like, should you really be driving?" Well, I'm good. I'll be fine. It's just all interstate anyway, so it's chilling. Um,
so what are your thoughts on the jibby jabs now?
like any of them?
Any jibby jabs?
No. I'm good. I'm a I think I'm an anti-vax person now, so sorry
Yeah, dude.
kids.
Did you know that between being a newborn and age 2, a child gets 27 jabs,
That's
and
insane.
and up till 18, you get it's more than 50. But the fact that
What
you
the
get
fuck, dude? What the
and
fuck?
now the vid jabs and the flu jabs are just making that number go higher and higher every year. It's
Yeah.
a new jab, some more heavy metals and graphene oxide they want to shoot up in you. But crazy thing is, bro, these newborns, they get like I said, 27 jabs in the first 2 years, like half of what you get in your entire lifetime.
Yeah.
And straight out the womb, man, they're just pumping them, pumping them. You get Hep B, and they say Hep B is because you could get some transmitted thing from your mother. Well, is your mother, bro? What's your mother doing with Hep B? That's like what you get for um, prostitutes and people who um, engage in those kinds of behaviors, bops, if you would call them.
Mm.
That's the type of stuff they get. The people that are
Yeah.
active in a manner that is not very godlike, I would say.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
yeah, man, if I could turn back the time, I would not get any jibby jabs either. Um,
Yeah.
Kind of going back to a topic we led to in the first episode, where your parents are just looking out for you. They want you to do better than them.
Yeah.
However, they were just going off the knowledge that they had. They didn't know about all the jibby jab stuff that's coming out. Nobody could foresee that, but I don't think I would get any jabs personally. But the thing is, you have to, or you can't go to public school. You can't do anything. I've heard situations
Really, bro.
where if you're bringing your baby in and you're like, all right, well, let's get your jabs. It's no, I don't want to. Let's just delay those so I have time to think about it. It's get out of my clinic. We can't have unvaccinated. It just reminds me of like fucking 3 years ago, where it's like, oh my god, the unvaccinated are killing so many people. No, it's actually
Yeah.
these jibbies, jibby jabs that are
Exactly, bro.
knocking people out. Kind of crazy that like all the vid deaths happened in a hospital. Where were all the deaths where people just like collapsed on the ground in their homes or like in their car?
It didn't exist.
None of that.
Those didn't
None of that
happen.
happened.
It
It
didn't
just
happen.
all
It was
happened
all
in the
COVID.
hospital
It was all
bed.
COVID. All COVID. Everything labeled COVID.
Yeah, but then the jibby jabs come around, and now that's like 20 times more deaths than the actual disease. But
Yeah.
going back to the newborns, man, they just pump them up, dude, and they're just like literally here, and then next thing you know, they've got 10,000 times the amount of heavy metals that an adult's supposed to have in their entire life, and it's in their arm within 12 hours of being born.
Yep.
But
Yeah.
and you can't even deny it. They literally will just tell you get out, but then it's like, wait a minute.
Oh,
My
what the
baby came
fuck?
in here
Yeah.
unvaccinated, but you're saying no babies can be in here that are unvaccinated? What about all the babies that haven't been vaccinated? Like the ones that are going to get vaccinated, they're also unvaccinated. How are they allowed in here? Oh, it's because they're signing up. Because they get a little kickback, just like the vid became very obvious that the doctors are all getting a little kickback, all these big pharma people. Every time they sign that shot, they get a little money in their pocket. And not a little, they get a lot.
Grabby, grabby,
But
grabby.
so let's think. Why would they give out a free jibby jab, but they don't have free cure for cancer?
Nothing.
Now,
That's
how did they
crazy.
get
I
the
don't know.
cure for this? And there were patents for it 5 years ago before the disease even came out. I mean, they're rolling it out 9 months after, and it's free.
Hmm.
The answers are follow the money, and it usually leads you to
Yeah.
certain 3-letter and 4-letter organizations who also have masters. If you know, you know. Um, but yeah, just follow the money, and that'll tell you who's really running the show.
It's not us. We're not. Just for the
No,
people that, for some reason, don't feel like we don't run, or that we run everything. We don't. Um, the government doesn't give a fuck about us. We literally have a government number. We are owned by the government. Um,
yep. As
yeah.
soon as you're born, here's your number, man. Here's your jab.
Yep. Here's
You
your
are now
jabs. Here's
bought
your
and
number.
sold.
Yep. Literally.
You're not-
Literally. So.
Shout out Big Pharma. Shout out everyone that works for Big Pharma. Um, I know you're entirely indoctrinated by the Rockefeller study guides,
Yep.
and you just want to do good. However, another interesting statistic is out of the suicide rates in all occupations, top five, most commonly in that top five is not only doctors, but also dentists. Now, kind of makes you wonder why all of these health quotation professionals are unaliving themselves in the simulation of Minecraft that we all live in. Um, why are they doing that? And yeah, you just need to step back and understand, wait, why am I listening to these people? They are also indoctrinated. And also, I don't know about you, but I've never seen a physician who is not overweight or obese or who actually follows their own practices that doesn't, as soon as you get in there, want to go and be like, they don't talk. So what's your sleep like? What's your diet like? How much sunlight you getting? It's just, let me
Bitch,
just
why the
sign
fuck
this
are you asking me that?
the shitty fucking, let me sign this shitty signature and get you some old Rockefeller petroleum pills in your system, which we all know only treats disease. It doesn't actually cure them, because if they cured you, you would be no need for them. They'd make zero money. So healthy patient is, a patient loss for them. So that's why they feed you the jibby jabs, feed the petroleum-based pills, and feed you the indoctrination that they do.
Yeah.
And that's why they have the highest tendency to unalive themselves in Minecraft, because they know they're frauds and they can't live with themselves in Minecraft.
Yeah. And I think, me personally, like, I think this is kind of like the same thing with there's good cops and there's bad cops. There's good people in the healthcare industry, and there's obviously a lot of bad people too, that strive for just the money and all the evil shit. Um, but I do think there is those good people still in healthcare, like Flan. I don't think he's a bad person. Shout out Flan.
Shout out
But
Flan,
like,
actually one of the
yeah,
nicest people that I know. However,
he
he
is.
is
He
still
really is.
indoctrinated by the Rockefeller Study Guide, unfortunately.
He is.
um,
He is.
they're all taught the same.
Yeah.
It's either the Rockefeller Study Guide or it's the McGraw-Hill, aka Epstein wife's dad's textbook company. Gets kind of crazy as to who owns the textbooks and who owns the knowledge and information. They teach you what they want you to know. Going back to being a wagey, a brokey, and a slave. That's why they condition you the way they do. That's why we say, fuck school. Not fuck education, but fuck public school. Um, because you can't even go there if you don't have the jibby jabs. So, yeah.
Yeah.
You literally, like you said, like I didn't have to get flu shots, but dude, I had to get probably, I don't even know, 40 other jabs. Like, I remember
Human
getting all these.
papilloma virus, Hep C,
Yeah.
Hep B, all this
Bro.
random bullshit.
Then it's like they
Yeah.
last 10 years, come back for your booster. Well, wait, didn't we all just see with COVID that these boosters and that these vaccines do actually nothing?
Yeah.
How many people,
No.
including our president, who's had COVID, I don't know, 3 or 4 times? He's had about jabs down his whole arm. He's about 9 boosters, bro. He's still getting COVID 4 times.
Yeah. That
I
was
thought
that
we were
was
bad people for not getting the jab. I thought we
yeah.
were evil and killing everybody, but turns out you were given a false promise that the jab would stop the COVID spread. But
Yeah.
in fact, it just started creating
More
bust
problems and
and
more death and
Minecraft.
yeah. In Minecraft. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, it's yeah, it's unfortunate. Everything in this country is literally just straight money. Everything's money. You could literally answer money to any question, and it's always going to be right. I learned that from one of my professors at college. That guy's a good guy. He knows what he's talking about. Um, but yeah, money is literally the answer for every single reason that could be.
Man, who
Um,
prints it?
yeah,
Tell
I mean,
the
we'll just go print more,
people, man.
dude.
You know,
We'll
you
just
know,
go print more.
you know,
We'll
you know.
just go print more. We're trillions of dollars of debt, but I don't why like
35 trillion in debt, and there's
yeah
people out there that really pay off their credit card and like think that they actually have to pay the bills.
yeah
Well, the
we don't
government
need
doesn't.
yeah the government doesn't need
Why do
to, so
you why are you
why
doing
do
it?
we still do because it makes you feel bad that you're not paying this shit off, and then you get this bad credit score, which is just all a big fucking
Made up.
game to it's literally a game.
What's the government's
um
credit score, dude? 35 trillion in debt. I wonder what their credit score is.
I don't know,
Because I remember
fucking
junior year of
zero.
Mr. Franks, or no, sophomore year of Mr. Franks, when Obama was still in office. I'm not counting his third term that he's in right now. I was counting his
Yeah.
actual second term. Um, we were 17 trillion, and we are now 35 trillion, and a majority of that came under the president in between Obama's second and third term. Can you inform the viewers of who that was in 2017 to 2021 when the vid came live? Which president was that again? That doubled our national debt. Who was that?
Hmm.
Who was that?
In what years?
2017 to 2021. Who was our president between Obama's second and third term? Who was it?
What? Between his second and third term?
His third term right now that he's in, Obama.
Obama's the president? He is.
Yeah.
I know. I'm just
Who was
kidding.
it? Who was
He
it?
is. Well, during that time, it would have had to been Trump. So
And he's a great guy, right?
yeah, he's a excellent guy. Everyone loves him. I love him. I worship him. Just kidding. I don't.
Really.
The only man I worship is God, and that's the only person you should be worshiping.
And the only man you should be fearing.
Yeah.
But yeah, dude, a lot of people look up to that guy, but it's kind of crazy that the jabs came out under him. And the thing is, I'm not getting into politics. I like to pick on the right more because everyone on the left is what I like to call mentally insane. The right has more views that align with what I believe is to be correct. However, I don't subscribe to any politics.
No.
Because Democrat, Republic, there's no. It's fake. There's two sides to the same coin, two wings to the same feather, or to the same bird. It's like they're all in bed together, and they've all got bosses, same bosses that print the money. You know. But yeah, like you said, dude, only man we should be fearing, and the only true savior is Jesus and God. However, the man that runs this realm that we live in is neither of them. It is actually Satan, and he runs the world, and he creates this division, like we were talking about with religion. Now we've got politics, sports teams. It's all division to keep you distracted from what's really going on in this world. And yeah, going back to the debt, man. DJ or President 45 there, or Puppet 45, I should say, like doubled the national debt. I was like, oh my god, he is so good. He is such a savior, dude. He's like 80. What? Yeah, he doesn't like shit his pants and like he can speak. But why do you want an 80-year-old who's going to be dead in the next decade, determining your future, your next 30, 40, 50 years? It makes zero sense, in my personal opinion. Now, because we know that these puppets don't actually run the show, they are just put here as a form of, like you said, like we were talking about, control, racking up the debt. But then we're expected to pay the debt. But then, and they use our tax dollars to do what with those? Send those to foreign lands. Interesting. So clearly, America's not first here.
No.
And I think that is pretty important. Why are we not? We've got how many homeless people, veterans included. They just get no fucks given to any of them, to any of us Americans. Long story short, the West has fallen, the veil is lifting. It is 2024. It is an 8-year. It is the year of karma. And that is why all of this veil appears to be lifting, because it's a karmic year. And what they do is put it right in your face in a manner to, what they think, negate their karma. Now, when Judgment Day comes, we all know where these people are going.
Yeah.
And it ain't in the kingdom, man. It ain't
No,
in the
it is
kingdom.
not.
No,
it is not.
Not there,
No.
man. They are some evil, demonic people.
Yeah.
That kind of leads me in. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead. I mean, I was just gonna say, like, if people who listen to this truly believe that, these people are here to do good things for us, you need to wake the fuck up.
If
And
the
I
vid
don't
didn't
want
wake
to.
you up,
Yeah.
I don't know what's going to.
Yeah.
You really think that voting really matters? I'm sorry, but
no.
You're a bot.
Yeah.
Now I love my bots.
I'm not voting.
Now, if you honestly think that a person in power who wants to do good for you, your family, this country is going to be elected, you're out of your mind. They would be taken out of this realm.
Yeah.
Now, you can say, well, they tried to take number 45 out of this realm. Well, did
We've
they
been going.
really? Because if they wanted to, he'd be gone.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, a lot of these puppets that are put into place, they're here to force an agenda, force us into their plan. As I said, Satan runs this world, and that is who they look up to, and ultimately, they will pay the price on Judgment Day. But that kind of leads me into our other topic here with YouTubers and Twitch streamers becoming the new
Mm,
Hollywood.
yeah.
Now, I'm gonna let you kick this off because I don't follow this specific YouTuber as much as you do, but I can bring up some points
Yeah.
as you go along
Yeah.
here.
So I know like the one that I've been seeing the most, and I think we kind of talked about it a little bit in the first episode, but Cody Ko. So I would assume you guys probably all know of this guy. He was a big Viner back in the day, when we were in middle school, Vine was the shit. And he was one of those popular Vine creators or whatever they were called back then. But, as Vine disappeared, he got onto YouTube, got popularity there. Um, and I'd say probably about like 3 years ago or four, really when I was in college, I started watching his YouTube videos and listening to his podcasts because they were good. Like they were really good. I thought, they were funny. Again, they kind of helped me in those rough days and stuff like that. Just because they were funny and they seemed pretty relatable. Um, but the thing that's came out now is so Tana Mojo, right?
Yep, and we'll have to. So he is essentially a pizza file,
Yeah,
is what
pizza file, a PDF
a
file.
PDF. Yep,
Yeah,
bit of a PDF.
he's allegedly, but not really allegedly, one of those. So yeah, Tana Mojo, shout out iDubbbz, and Tana Mojo. Um,
Shout out iDubbbz. I can back you there.
shout out iDubbbz. But yeah, I guess they were like fucking kind of in the end of Vine times, and she admitted on her podcast that they hooked up and she was 16 or 17 and this motherfucker was like 25.
17, 25. Yeah,
Yeah,
17, 25.
yeah. So
Same thing
all
with
this
Roman
shit's been
Atwood
coming
though.
up. Yeah.
He was
What's that?
like Roman Atwood, man. He was 25, and his
Dude,
girl was
yeah.
like
That guy
some
weird.
weirdos, man.
Bro,
It's the Hollywood creeping
yeah,
in.
that Roman Atwood, that family is fucking weird. And remember when his mom died? Like Roman's mom died?
Yep.
I'm pretty sure I I, I think their dad. I think their dad killed their mom to get more money and all this other shit. Evil
This ain't
shit,
funny.
guys. Evil fuck. It's not funny, but like I'm being dead serious. Like
It's all for the content, man.
these
All
people, yeah,
for the money.
the money.
YouTube's Twitch started
Yep.
out as just a fun place. Upload
Yeah.
vids, just content creation, a way to just like get away from the real world, just put out videos, entertain people.
Yeah.
And now it's becoming Hollywood. It
It's
is literally
literally
becoming
yeah.
Hollywood between the pizza files, the inverse gender agendas, the humiliation rituals, the industry plants. All of this is coming over because they've realized who are the main viewers of YouTube? What is the biggest audience of children? Well, if we can't get them in the womb, let's get them outside the womb, going back to giving them the jibby jabs. And then how do we get them? We capture their attention, get them on these devices, and then they're just looking up to all these people. And these people just have unlimited access to millions and millions of children and their attention. And the parents have no clue what they're watching. They just,
No.
here's a device, shut up, go watch your Cody Ko, go watch your Roman Atwood, go watch your Mr. Beast. Well, hang on a minute. There's a lot of agendas going on here with not only Mr. Beast. Now we've got Kai Cenat, Cameraman, like you said, Cody Ko, Roman Atwood. Now, there's always been pizza files around. I can remember the first one back in the day. The big thing was like
Basher?
the Minecraft
Basher?
YouTubers. Basherverse.
Basherverse.
Wow.
Yep. Yep, I remember that
Yeah,
one. I
that one was bad.
remember that
Now it's
one.
like,
That was bad.
again, going back to it's a karmic year, and it's all getting exposed.
Yep.
Now they're letting it out for a reason. They're just rubbing it right in your face. They don't give two shits what they're doing
No.
between the transgender agendas, the pizza files, the illegal lotteries, all the shit that's going on with these YouTubers and streamers. It's just what you have to do, mainly in Hollywood, to get to the top. And like we said, is now make its way over to the Twitch and YouTube communities, because who the hell in Gen Z and Gen Alpha gives two shits about Hollywood? That's just a dude. Nobody cares about Hollywood anymore. The new
No.
Hollywood is literally YouTube. Nobody's like
YouTube
going out
and Twitch.
caring about what these actors and actresses are doing.
No.
It's all the new. Oh, what are they doing on YouTube? What's our favorite streamer doing? What's their favorite TikToker doing? And it's just all geared towards children, which is kind of crazy. They've got their these little pizza files. They love their hot dogs. They love their cupcakes. They've got their secret code for how they go about these things and how they're rising to the top. And then you got your Aiden Rosses, who's having streams with number 45. And how did he rise to fame?
Yeah,
Oh, that's
what?
right. He's clearly an industry plant. This guy has absolutely zero talent.
Yeah.
And he's getting bigger contracts than major sports
Yeah.
players. And I can get into that, why those guys don't deserve the money that they get either. It's all, again, it's just the Roman circus that we're going back to. Why else would they pay someone $400 million over a 5-year span to play basketball? Like, what? 400 million, bro. That is literally, people won't make, like, the average person makes, if they were
I
to
would
work.
never make that my entire life. I will not make
Hang on now, coach. Don't say that. The average person makes, if they were to work 40 years, and I'm saying tax free, I think it's like, and they make whatever, 30 an hour, dude. It's like a couple mil.
Yeah.
You guys are getting 400 mil for 5 years. Like, what? Because they're
It's fucking crazy,
entertainers.
dude.
Entertainers.
Yeah.
AKA distractors, AKA puppets, AKA pizza files, AKA let's go to Michael Rubin's party, all white party, and get up to chomping on some cupcakes and some hot dogs and some pizza.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's all a big club.
It's literally like
We're
everyone.
not in it.
No, we're not, and I'm glad.
We're
I'm
not in
good,
it.
bro. I'm good.
I'm good, man. I am
Yeah.
in the one club that matters,
Yeah.
and that's with the man above, capital God,
Yes, sir.
Jesus Christ, and the Holy Spirit, man.
Absolutely.
Because all this material shit, all this fucking demonic shit that these people are doing, um, it is completely evil, and I truly don't give a fuck about it. But it's important to pay attention to it and to be aware of what's going on, because again, this is they're coming after your children. Is what we're getting at.
Wake up.
It's all
Wake up. You need to wake up. We're sleeping. But yeah. No, I mean, I agree with that 100%. All you see these streamers, yeah, especially streaming is like huge now. I'd say it's even bigger than YouTube. Like Jinxie, Aiden Ross, Kai, Speed's showing his
these are all plants.
yeah,
These
Speed
are all
for
plants.
his humiliation ritual had to
Yep.
show bare cock on there on stream for millions of kids to see.
Yep.
PDF, little PDF there. They all have to do this evil shit to make it in their eyes, which is insane because
They're not looking up to the same God. They're
no,
looking up to the
no,
lower case, the one that
yeah,
rules this world. I'm talking about the one that really matters and really the
yeah,
creator, the one true creator is who I'm talking about. They are looking up to the complete opposite. They're getting these contracts, performing these rituals. They're signing these contracts with ink that is not of of let's just say it's red ink that they're signing these contracts in, and it comes from the body as well. Um, if you're catching my drift there, what they're signing these
yeah,
contracts
yeah.
in, and essentially selling their soul to be promised fame and riches. Um, and I'm sure that shit's great until you're on your deathbed and you're like, damn, now I am going to rot in eternal hell. Was it worth
Hmm.
it?
And what's that? You don't get to take any of that shit you bought with all that evil money with you. Yeah, you're just straight out of luck, dude. Um, yeah, it's just it is a truly evil world that we live in this day and age. And that's me personally. That's why I'm trying to get closer with the man upstairs. A lot better, as I said in the first episode. I kind of not well. I walked away from that for a while. Um, and over these couple of years or so, especially this last year, I've realized that wow, there really is a lot of evil out in this world, and I need to be, you know, called back and to worship the one who put us here in the first place, um, and live by his word and live how his plan for all of us is. But I mean, there's always going to be those evil people. Again, there cannot be good without evil. Uh, they have to
Yin and
exist
yang.
together. Yep,
Yep.
they have to exist together, and it's unfortunate. Um, but yeah, dude, like
Reality
these
of this
P,
world, bro. You
it is.
can't. I like atheists out there. The people that don't believe in whatever religion you want.
Yeah,
We're not telling you to subscribe to Christianity and whatnot,
no,
but we wouldn't force that upon any of our viewers. But what we're getting at is if you're just open your eyes and your ears and you can't see all the evil going on in the world, if you can't understand with all that evil, like Kyle was saying, that there's the flip side, there has to be good, and that's what you should be focusing on. And if that isn't awakening you to the one true creator, God, capital God, then I don't know what will. Truly, you're a bot.
go get unalived by a
Wake
bush,
up.
and yeah, go get unalived by a bush in Fortnite. You bot. Uh,
Wake up.
yeah, wake up, please. But seriously, I mean, me personally, man, I know I'm good, and that's another thing. Like me personally, I know I'm good. Um, I have, re put my life into God's hands. So I know I'm good. Am I fully awake? No, probably not. I myself personally, I kind of go back and forth in between bot and you know awoken. I don't know, but
Nobody's perfect, bro.
nobody's perfect, dude. And we talked about that in the first episode. Nobody's perfect. If they say they are, that is the furthest person from perfect that could exist. And but I'm getting there. I'm starting to see all this evil shit in this world with the politics and this division and I mean, especially music nowadays too. Like, um, what the fuck's her name?
Demonic.
Yeah, Doja Cat, Sam, whatever the fuck that guy's name is.
They're all Hollywood, bro. That's what I
Yeah,
was getting at.
like
Lil
Hollywood.
Nas
They're
X.
yeah, they're
Who's
coming
his
out.
audience? Children.
Yeah, children, and he's
Bro's
coming out.
twerking on the devil, bro.
Yeah,
And then he's coming
fucking
out
working
trying
on
to
the
be
devil.
Jesus Christ. So
Yeah,
with the
what?
baby, like this is
Come
complete
on,
mockery,
dude.
complete blasphemy.
Yeah,
Man,
it's
it
just
is
something to
so
get more money. They're literally just trying to get
it
more
is
money.
so laugh. It is just complete
Yeah,
mockery. It is complete blasphemy, bro. It
yeah,
is utter blasphemy.
yep. And they're literally just like rubbing it in our faces. Like you've
They
probably
used to try
seen.
to hide it.
Yeah, now they don't.
And now it's like
They
they
don't give a fuck.
don't give a
They
shit.
know.
They saw how
Yep.
stupid everyone was during
Yep.
COVID. That was a test run, man. Now they're just
Yep.
it's all out there in your face. And if you can't
Hmm.
see it, man,
Seriously,
that's tough.
wake the fuck up. Wake up. Oh my god.
That's tough, man.
It is. It really is. Like,
But
I
going
don't
back
know.
to division, man, we talk about how Satan came here to divide and distract us between whether it's politics and like sporting clubs, religion, all these man-made concepts. Now, there is a good part of division, not with Satan. This is coming from Jesus Christ and God Himself, who came here to divide the world, in which He was dividing good and evil, like we had talked about, and spirit from flesh. Because when we first caused a separation from God in the garden, He came back and obviously, if you know anything about Christianity, died on the cross and basically brought us back to perfection. However, to divide, He had to separate the good from the evil in all of us and died for all of our sins. And if we choose Him and only Him, none of these other false prophets, false gods, people looking up at all these goddamn puppets in Hollywood and on all these platforms, that those motherfuckers are irrelevant. None of that matters. They're here to divide the household, communities, nations. We need to be looking up and only fearing one man, like we said at the start, and that is God and Jesus Christ.
Yep. Yep. Because the judgment day will be coming.
Yep.
Um, I don't know
And yeah,
when.
exactly. One day, nobody knows when, but
Yeah,
one day,
nobody's.
our spirits will separate from our flesh, and the soul never dies. But you're either going to go to eternal redemption or be condemned for eternity. So think about this, and yeah, do not look too far left or right. Keep your eyes on the Lord alone, and don't be deceived. Is kind of the main topic as to what we're getting at here.
Yeah, I
The
agree.
narrow path to
Um,
salvation is following Jesus and God.
yep. Yep. I would have to agree with that. I mean, truly, like, yeah, if you don't see this, it's crazy, dude. I don't know how you can't see it, but I don't know. I mean, at the end of the day, it's your choice. I guess you want to choose. I'm not gonna, you
You
know,
choose whatever, man.
yeah. I'm not
I'm
gonna
just
force
telling you
anything upon you. I'm just telling you what's real.
our
And
personal experiences, man.
yeah.
What we've seen based on the realities that we're living in. So again, we're
Yeah.
not forcing anything upon anybody. Take this with however you like. We're just trying to keep it real and spread the word and spread positivity and crack jokes at the same time. So
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. I think that's
let's
I'm pretty
outro
good
it.
with. Okay. So, to kind of wrap things up here, we're getting towards the end of the episode. This one's going to be a little shorter than the first one. Um, but I felt like the first one was a little bit long, I guess. But not bad. I've seen some podcasts that are 5 hours long, which is kind of crazy. We definitely could do that, but just for our viewers' sake, we'll try to keep it hour and a half, maybe a little longer sometimes. But yeah, so now we will kind of get into our wrap things up here. We started this on our last episode, the first episode where I'll read a daily Bible verse. So we can go ahead and get that going. So let's see what we have today. What are the wise words of God for today? The daily Bible verse for today, it comes from Matthew, the book of Matthew, chapter 19, verse 26. And it reads, Jesus looked at them and said, with man, this is impossible, but with God, all things are possible. Dang, bro.
Heavy
Dang, bro.
hitting, and
It is.
we're gonna leave that up for interpretation. And that was a pretty short and straightforward one, but I think we're gonna wrap this up here, and then when we start come back episode 3 in the next week, we'll kind of share our thoughts on um, what that means to us and how we've applied that into our realities. So appreciate you guys tuning in for episode 2. As Kyle said, look forward to this coming out on Monday. This is an audio only version, but make sure to check us out on YouTube at Just Chirps Podcast, Spotify at Just Chirps Podcast, and Kyle's also got a TikTok and an Instagram if you want to shout those out.
Yeah, so my personal Instagram is KY_ZIM27, and the Just Chirps podcast Instagram, I believe it should be Just Chirps_pod. And you can follow those on Instagram. You can DM us there. I kind of thought, Caleb said that we were gonna kind of interpret that and tell you guys how we interpreted that Bible verse on our start off the 3rd episode. But I would like if for our viewers, reach out to either one of us and let us know how you interpreted that. I think that would be really cool to hear from our viewers. So yeah, don't be afraid to reach out to either one of us. I have no problems with that. So yeah, we will leave you guys. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, and on that note, any future pod topic ideas that you guys may have, feel free to shoot us text, DMs, whatever it may be, and we'll talk and hopefully implement those in future episodes. So again, thanks you guys for tuning in to episode 2 of the Just Chirps Podcast. This is your host Caleb,
and my name is Kyle.
And we will see you guys all next time.
We'll
Thanks,
see you guys next
Appreciate
week.
it.
Hey.